Most of us live thinking the world owes us mercy, that life should be gentle, that if we plan carefully, we'll be spared the worst. Marcus Aurelius knew better. In the 2nd century, as emperor of Rome, he ruled a crumbling empire, plague devouring cities, wars erupting at the borders, betrayal brewing inside his own walls. And yet, every day before commanding armies or councils, he would sit quietly with ink and parchment, writing private notes to himself, not for history, not for fame, but for survival. Those private letters would later be known as meditations, not a book polished for readers, but a raw, intimate record of one man wrestling with the brutal truths of life, alone, honest, unshielded. You aren't promised a gentle life. You aren't owed a fair fight. The universe never signed a contract to protect your plans. But somewhere deep down, we still live like it did. We expect ease. We expect comfort. We expect tomorrow. And when life shatters those illusions, we call it unfair. We call it cruel. We act surprised. Marcus Aurelius wasn't surprised. He expected loss. He expected betrayal. He expected death. And because he expected them, he met them differently. Not with bitterness, not with despair, but with a kind of fierce, grounded clarity. Imagine it for a second. You are the emperor of Rome, ruler of the known world. People bow as you walk past. Statues are carved in your honor. And still, your children die in your arms. Your trusted friends whisper behind your back. Plague devastates your cities. Corruption rots the Senate you vowed to serve. Most men would drown under the weight. But Marcus didn't just survive it. He used it. He sat quietly with parchment and ink, not to command others, but to command himself. He wrote not for the world, but for his own battered soul. Reminders, warnings, corrections, prayers disguised as principles. Meditations is not a book. It's a survival manual for the mind. A whispered conversation across centuries from one struggling human being to another. And its message is brutal. You will suffer. You will be betrayed. You will die, and none of this excuses you from doing your duty as a human being. We crave comfort today. We look for reasons why life should make exceptions for us. Marcus ripped those illusions out by the root. He taught himself that external things, fortune, health, reputation, were never his to control. Only his inner fortress mattered. His judgment, his choices, his actions. Now here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. Marcus didn't sugarcoat his struggles. He admitted anger. He admitted weakness. He admitted the seductive pull of despair. But each time, he answered himself with the same steady force. Control what you can. Let go of the rest. Act justly, speak truthfully, endure patiently. He wrote things like, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Because Marcus knew something we like to forget. Life is a battlefield. If you don't train your mind like a soldier, you'll be conquered by every trivial misfortune. Think about your life for a moment. How often do you collapse when things don't go your way? How often do you blame others, or luck, or timing? How often do you confuse discomfort with injustice? Marcus refused that luxury. He refused to become a slave to circumstance. Even when death knocked on his palace doors, he greeted it with steady hands. Let me paint it another way. Imagine a tree standing alone in an endless field. The storms come ripping at its branches. The sun scorches its bark. The winds howl against it day and night. But the tree endures, not because the world is kind, not because it's given special shelter, but because its roots go deep, so deep the surface chaos cannot reach them. Marcus built roots like that inside himself, and Meditations shows us how to build ours. Not through ambition, not through status, not through chasing pleasure or applause, but through relentless internal discipline. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly owned your mind? Not your career, not your image, not your follower count, but your private, invisible fortress of thought and choice. Marcus reminds us, pain will find you, loss will find you, chaos will find you, and your only real shield is how you choose to meet them. He believed that the highest human achievement wasn't conquest of others, it was conquest of self. No empire, no fortune, no fame could ever rival that victory. Today, in our world of noise, of outrage, of endless comparison, Marcus's voice is stillness. He would scoff at our addiction to blame. He would scoff at how quickly we collapse into despair when life isn't tailored to our comfort, and he would ask simply, are you doing your work? Are you mastering yourself? Or are you letting the external world master you? Meditations isn't easy to read because life isn't easy to live. It's not a comfort blanket, it's a forge. Every sentence dares you to stand up straighter, to drop the excuses, to look life in the eye without flinching. Marcus didn't write to us, but we need his voice now more than ever, because life will test you, not with gentle lessons, but with suffering, with betrayal, with heartbreak and injustice and mortality itself. And when that test comes, as it always does, there will be no time to build your defenses then. Either you have the fortress inside you already, or you don't. So before the next storm hits, before the next blow falls, before the next loss stings deeper than you think you can bear, ask yourself quietly, am I building my mind like a fortress today, or am I waiting for the storm to remind me why I should have? The choice isn't dramatic. It's daily, it's silent, and it's everything.